What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Now, I've got a few questions to answer, haven't I? Some of you are new to this channel and you've probably, just come in and you don't know where I've been or you haven't noticed anything. For my OG subscribers and the people that have been following me along this journey from the beginning, you're probably thinking, where the hell have I been for the last month or so? All right, so I've got a bit of explaining to do and I'm going to get into that before I go into the income report, because I know you love these income reports on the niche websites. All right, so if you are new to the channel, my name is Leon. I do affiliate marketing online. I've been doing it for about 2 years now. I'm doing it successfully for about a year, and I build niche websites now. That's what I currently do. That's where my main focus is, and this channel is all about affiliate marketing. So if you are new, make sure to subscribe, number one. Number two, where have I been? So basically, over the last month or so, as many of you may know, I still work a day job, so I still work 2 days a week, and on top of that, obviously I've got a baby, I've got all different things. It sounds like I'm making a ton of excuses, and if you thought that, you're probably right. No, but what it is the last month or so I've been working really hard, and I've actually changed location of where I am with my work. So I am a train driver part-time and I work 2 days a week. So I've moved from a location that I was at driving one specific type of train to now driving a different train within the same company but at a different location. So that requires a lot of my time and focus, and that's where it's had to be put over the last month or so. So there's no excuse. I could have posted a video. I did record a couple of videos, which is interesting because today I'm going to be going through a video that I recorded already but I hadn't published or edited. So what we're going to do is we're going to watch some of that raw footage because it contains the information of exactly how much my niche site was making in October, and then I'm going to actively also show you through November, and of course December we're only midway through, so I'm not going to show you December at the moment until the end of the month, until January. All right, so I've got a new computer there, you can see as well. We've been upping ourselves in the game a little bit. Had to go get the new MacBook Pro. I don't even know what it is. I've got an iMac in the back, but that's going to get sold. But yeah, I've got a MacBook Pro here, which is a 2019 model. And what's interesting, what's funny about this is I actually bought this computer, and I bought like this 2019 model, which was the one before this. Like it came out in like August or something, and I saw all the reviews and whatever else, and it said it was so good, blah blah blah, XYZ. And then I paid like an extra $400-500 for that than this. And then what's interesting is 2 days later I see everyone making these new reviews, and I'm like, what? I thought I had the new one, and then it wasn't. It looks almost identical, but the other one's a 15-inch, and it's not as powerful. Like this has a bigger hard drive and processor and all that kind of stuff. I don't know too much about computers, I just know how to use them. But if you know about computers, this is a DDR6 or something. It's got 1 terabyte of storage and it's 32 gigs of RAM, so it's quite powerful, because when I'm editing the videos, I want to be able to really go in with my editing, because a lot of the time I don't make my videos that like great because I don't have these computers are always crashing and things like that. And now I've got a wireless mic, so we're all kitted out like a TV show. I've got the proper wireless mic. That probably sounded a bit weird now. And I've also got this screen. Look at this. I want to show off my stuff, to other people who love it, because I show it to my family and stuff. They don't give a shite about this stuff. But look, I've got a really nice screen. It's like it's an LG ultra-fine display. So this is like 4K as well. I think it's 4K or 5K, 4K I think, 23.7 inch. So I'll be editing those videos on there as well. So I've got the screen and that to replace the iMac, because I used to have an iMac and a MacBook Pro, like a 2013, so I'm getting rid of both of them and keeping these two. But that's not important. That's not what you came for today. What you came for was how much money I'm making online. All right, so let's watch this video anyway. We're going to watch a bit of this footage that I've got, that I've taken. You can see exactly the unedited footage, and I'm going to cut to this screen so you can watch it and see how much the niche site was making. Yeah, I'll comment over anything where need be, and then we'll cut back into this video and have a little chat before we finish up for the video. All right, but I'm sorry I've been away. I am back. I'll be posting 2 to 3 times per week again. At the moment, I've got my test or exams for the train driving on Wednesday, so I might not get anything out before then. Again, after this one, I'm going to drop this one today, just tonight on Saturday, so straight away. But yeah, I'll try get one out. If I can't, like, I mean, I need to focus on this test, but after that, you know, then I'll obviously, you know, be back on a regular schedule again. All right, so let's get this video up. I'm going to be doing a complete breakdown today of the traffic on the site, how many articles it has, what kind of domain authority it has, the backlink profile, the amount of keywords I'm ranking for, you know, how much revenue it's driving, everything. I break down absolutely everything in this video. And what's more important inside of these videos that you can take away as well is that I break down exactly what things I think went well and what I think didn't work out so well, and I give you the results and I share the results of my testing. And then also I'll give you at the end of this video a few steps or tips on how I plan on improving the site's revenue and traffic, because that's the most important things that we can have on a online asset. Alright, so let's get into the video. So the first thing I wanted to discuss is the site's amount of articles. So it currently has 92 articles on the site. Now, throughout the last month of October, I didn't add any more articles on the site. So no, I added one article, sorry, throughout the whole month of October. So that was way below where I should be for that site, and that was purely because I was taking a lot of the revenue and investing it into the new project that I'm currently working on. Now, in regards to that new project that I'm working on, I do eventually want to reveal that site, as I don't reveal any of the other sites on this YouTube channel. But I did reveal one recently. If you go and watch a few videos, I'll let you dig through and find that. Alright, but right now the site's traffic is currently getting about 13,200 visits. Now, I'm actually going to bring up all of the metrics on my computer because I'm also recording my screen. So we're going to jump onto the computer. Alright, so if we take a look here at the Google Analytics, we can see obviously that this is the site over the last week or so. It's already got 2,300 visits. And then if we look from like the last month, you know, up until this month, or we could say 7th to 7th, the last 30 days roughly, we'll be able to get a good idea of how much traffic it's getting. So that's 7th to 7th of October. Let's change that. 7th to 7th of November. Let's pull that up. Okay, so this gives you an idea. Now, I said 13,200 because that's what I last thought it said. I don't know what I was looking at. But as you can see from looking at this, it's actually 14,900 page views, and then a unique amount of 10,655 visits. And then we can see these top performing posts on the site. Okay, so like this, so on and so forth. If you're smart, you might go find the site. If you know, go and search this stuff. We can see that I've got a bounce rate of 72%. That's quite normal for an affiliate website, and the reason why that's normal for an affiliate website is because a lot of people are coming into your site and then going off to places like Amazon Associates and also, you know, Clickbank and wherever else you're sending people for those affiliate commissions. So you can see here that these are the top performing pages. I really do hone in on these topics when I find that, you know, something's performing extra additionally well. You can see here that this is the home page that's getting quite a lot of searches, so I'm getting quite a lot of direct traffic. A lot of that would be made up of me constantly checking the site as well. And then we can see here, obviously, that 63% on the exit. So what this represents is when people are coming into certain pages on your site, then they might click onto other pages, and that's the page that they exit the browser from. So that I don't really pay attention to, but if you do see it dramatically higher, then it's probably an area that you should pay attention to. Alright, so that's the traffic on the site. Now, the next thing I wanted to talk over to discuss was the age of the site. Now, how old is the site? When was the first published article? The site currently sits at around 15 months old as of when I can remember the first published article when I last checked it. I haven't just checked it before this video, but I do believe it's around 15 to 16 months old. I think it's more around the 15-month mark. Currently on the backlink profile, the site has 148 backlinks from unique referring domains, and then overall, sorry, it has 148 backlinks overall from 68 different referring domains with a do follow ratio of 33%. So if you don't know what do follow links or no follow links are, essentially if you get another site that links to you, sometimes it can be passing through ranking power in Google's eyes, or it cannot be passing through ranking power. So to put that into perspective, if you are a beginner, you want to get a lot of do follow backlinks, but you want to have a nice even balance, because no follow backlinks, an example of that would be something like leaving a comment with a link to your page. Usually people would no follow that, and that's because they don't want to take that kind of link juice, as we call it in SEO, and pass it on to a third party site that just comes and leaves a comment. So for that reason, they only ever pass juice when they actually link within their content. So an in-text link, or within the content itself, is usually a do follow link. Now I have purchased backlinks over the last few months. I've bought a few guest posts. There's a guy that I use and whatever else. If you want to find out who that is, you can reach out to me. But yeah, I buy some backlinks. So I don't buy active backlinks itself. I buy guest posts, and the guy within the guest post obviously will leave a link to the site. So what that means is he will get a writer to write a piece of content related to a certain topic that I'm trying to rank for, and then he will go and publish it on a third-party website that has a good authority. So he gives me a list of all those sites, and I can pick what ones best make sense based on the money that I'm spending. And he'll create the content, and then I'll tell him what anchor text I want him to use, which is the actual wording of the link that he links back to me with, because that's also a ranking factor in Google's eyes as well. So overall, in regards to the keywords, I'm ranking quite a lot for a lot of keywords #1. So at the moment, I think I'm ranking #1 for about 25 or 26 different keywords, and I'm in the top 3 for over 30 different keywords. So I've got quite a few that are bringing in a decent amount of traffic. Those keywords themselves are about 100 to 200 page searches per month according to Key Searches tool. But as you and I both know, that's just an estimate, because one of the keywords that are supposedly only 100 searches per month are currently bringing me just over 1,000 searches per month, 1,000 visitors per month, sorry. So keyword tools are usually off, okay, but they will give you a ballpark figure to tell you whether something is highly searched or not highly searched within certain periods of the year. Now, in regards to the traffic and where it's coming from, we're just going to take a look back at the analytics again, and you'll be able to see exactly where the traffic is coming from. So let's just look at acquisition, and then you can see where the traffic's coming from. So you can see 72.26% of the traffic is coming from organic search. You've got direct traffic coming at 73%. Oh no, these are the bounce rates, sorry. Alright, so you can see here that a large majority of my traffic is coming from organic search, which is making up a whole 86%. Now these metrics are going to look a little bit different because they're from a different period. So let's just do that's 7 to 7. So let's bring that back up again. And sometimes we might see a little bit different metrics inside of here. I'm not sure why. Sometimes it's a bit off, because this is giving us different metrics to what we just saw, 7th of October to 7th of November. But just to give you an idea, definitely pulled in like over 10,000 searches last month as well. I'll go off the other metric. I might be doing something wrong, to be fair, but because I was accepted to Ezoic as well, they checked it as well. But anyway, organic search, you can see, is making up like 87%. We've got direct traffic coming in at 11%, referral at 0.74, and social coming in, making up that last number. All right. So currently the site has a domain authority of 13, which is pretty decent. It's for a beginner site or a new site, it's pretty all right. It's constantly growing, and the way I've been growing that is by sending these backlinks and adding content to the site. Not so much recently, but a lot of that content is now aging and bringing up the authority of the site. And then we've also got a page authority, I believe, of 21. Okay, so the page authority is currently at 21. Now, what is the earnings of the site, which is the most important part? So the earnings for the site this month was $329.47. Now, the reason why I believe it was this much is because of a few things that happened throughout this month. So that's what we're going to discuss throughout the rest of this video. So number one, last month you saw that the site earned $700, okay, and it's had a dramatic drop. Now, one of the things and reasons of why I believe that the site dropped in earnings was, number one, a lot of those purchases that made up around $300 were these big, massive purchases that were out of the ordinary that happened, and they've been happening over the course of a few months. So that was the reasons why the earnings were so high. So there was that kind of susceptibility for the site to decline in earnings, but it's still on a consistent kind of, you know, climb in my eyes. The traffic is still growing and the earnings are correlating with that. I never had any of those random purchases last month, which is why it kind of shows me that if the site were to settle without any random big purchases here and there, it would make around 300 to 400 per month. The other area that was making a big difference to the decline of the earnings this month was the fact that I changed the theme on the site. So for a couple of days, the site was completely out, like it wasn't working properly. The reason for that is because I made a few errors when I was changing the site from X theme over to Akabadu. So Akabadu is a theme that was created by Income School. They created this theme to be super fast, and it truly is. I've experienced it firsthand, and I'm getting really good scores on the page speed tests on Google's page speed tester, insights tool, sorry. And yeah, I've been getting really good results with the page speed, and it's also enhanced my user experience. Now, one thing that I had to do when I changed over, I had to change the formatting of the site. And the reason why is because I had these boxes for pros and cons that were highlighted in green and red and so on and so forth. Now, my average conversion rate was very high. It was at about 20%. When I changed the theme, it came down to about 12%. Now, the reason why I think that as well is because I took away all those pros and cons boxes, and then a lot of the buy now buttons I had to rephrase and put in different context to make them like text links. The reason why I did that is because on that theme, it doesn't look quite right with these big buttons everywhere, the same way that it fit with the X theme. So I always try and explain that there's different types of sites that you can kind of put out on the internet. There's review type sites and there's blog sites, so like niche sites and things like that. Now, a review site can be a niche site, but what it is, these review sites are very like buttons and colors and boxes and all of that kind of thing. Then you get like Income School's type of site, which is just like a genuine kind of looking blog that has lots of valuable information. You know, with a review site, it's just like a bridge page to get people through to an affiliate product. So I've been moving more over to the Income School approach, primarily because these are one of the few guys that are looking to go very long term with niche sites. So I do believe their technique is the one to follow. I do still, you know, do some guest posts and things that they don't really kind of see by, or approve, I should say. But I do believe, you know, when you're starting out, it's maybe something that you need to explore. Okay, but the earnings and you know, where I think it's going to go in the future, I do think it's going to increase, because now I've also recently added Ezoic ads to the site, and that's been doing around $4 to $5 a day, so that's pretty good. And they're currently testing all of the advert placements on my site. I will do a video on that and setting it up and how I went about it in a couple of videos to come. I've also got some interesting news about another site that I'm building that's only 6 pages, and it's bringing in quite a decent income that you'll be quite shocked at. So I'm going to do a video on that. But in regards to this website, I'm going to continue to add content to it. I'm currently using iWriter, and I use the elite writers because I'm trying to get that high quality. So, you know, the way I advise people to go and use that website is, if you are using iWriter, it's a give or take kind of platform where it can work out really well. You can find some good writers depending on what niche you're in, or it can go the other way and you don't really get the quality that you're looking for. But what I tend to do is I go and use a few people
figure out what ones are good, and the only way you can do that is by first of all doing a big massive amount of content yourself. And then now obviously I'm able to determine and decipher a bad writer from a good one, so I can clearly see it once I read like one article from them.
Alright, so you've seen the first part of the video. Now the second part is going to go into Clickbank. So it's going to show you my Clickbank earnings. You know, I don't know what you've seen so far of that first video because I never watched it back myself. I've just inserted the clip. But in regards to the second part, I do know that it shows you all of the Clickbank. So you can see like the actual sales that the site is making. And what's interesting is, I'm not sure if I show it to you briefly in this second part of the video, but I've also got a website that I built a little while ago now, not that long, like, to be honest, yeah, and it's only about 6 pages long, but the site's generating over $200 a month. So you know, it's quite interesting. I was doing it for a test to see how it works, and it's quite interesting, some of the results. So I'm not sure if you're going to see that in this video, but I do have a video coming out on that, and I think I might do it in this kind of style again, so you can really get a good, you know, insight to exactly how you can go about building a small niche website and how to get in those areas and rank and make money. All right, so yeah, let's get into the second part of the video, and hopefully you can gain a bit more, you know, knowledge from this video.
Give you an idea, this is exactly how the Clickbank earnings are going. So you know, you can see that I haven't made any sales in the last month or so. No earnings there, but you can see some of the sales that I made previously in the previous months. And then this was the Amazon associate, so you can see how much it's earning from United States, which is the majority of income, which I'm happy about. That's where I want the income coming from. And then you can see Canadian dollars are coming in, and then some United Kingdom. So that's why it's important to have one link on your site, because you might get some people who are buying, they're not from your specific country that you're targeting, but if you've got one link, Amazon one link on the site, it will send them to the allocated country that they're coming from. Now when you're starting out, I recommend that you start with Amazon one link for all of the countries, as many as you can do, because you might start getting commissions from different countries that you didn't expect to. And then as time continues, the ones that don't make you commissions or don't get any traffic or bring traffic to your site in or from or whatever, those ones will drop off. Yeah, so all of the ones that wasn't earning any cash, they dropped off, and now I'm just honed in on the main ones that bring in the income. All right, so that's it anyway. So moving forward, I'm going to continue to add around, if I can, 5 articles per month. So that should equate to, you know, anywhere between, I would say, each article for a 1,500 word on an elite level, I think is about $30, something like that. So you know, if we do times 5, about $150. Then moving forward, I'm going to go on to these staple posts, which are shareable content. They're about $55 per article. So going to do a few of those. Then I'll be doing big pillar posts as well, 3,000 word plus articles, because I do think Income School's approach works really well. And what I've been recently doing is doing a manual search on Google to find easy to go for keywords. So I find I go and manually check them now to see, like, I really have honed in on this process, which I'm going to be using to find keywords for this site as well, is I've been manually searching Google and just checking the content and seeing what's out there, and going and seeing if I see a bunch of forums or YouTube videos, then I know I can probably squeeze in the space. And sometimes I go check the keyword and it's got like 1,000 searches a month on the tool, but the tool will say it's very difficult. But then you check it, like when you're seeing it manually and you're checking the actual results, you can see that there's poor quality content on there, or they're not answering the question properly, or they're not answering the topic, or providing the user the best experience. And Google's #1 job is to provide the answer to the query of whatever someone searches or types into the search engine.
So what's interesting is you've seen that last month. So for October, the site didn't do too well. I've explained it already on those videos, I know I have, but what it is, one of the main things is when you make changes on a site, it's hard for Google to understand what's going on, and Google doesn't know. So Google's like a big robot. It crawls your site, crawls all the different information. So it goes kind of like a spider, yeah, crawls around it and reads everything. Well, what what happens is when you make dramatic changes, it can affect your traffic, number one, because if you're ranking for different things and there's all these things that are changing, the algorithm can't understand and people can't understand because, you know, there's changes and tweaks, and it might affect the way people behave on your site, which will then determine where you're positioned. All right, so you might see a potential drop in earnings and traffic and so on and so forth by making certain changes. Now, all of that can be avoided because there are ways of editing your sites without customers or algorithms being affected in any way. So when you do make the change, you can edit offline, so you can make all the changes and then make it live, and then obviously it's like an instantaneous change on the internet, so that way no customers or readers or, you know, kind of algorithms are affected, search engines and so on and so forth. All right, but what's interesting is what I wanted to show you is in the second part of the video, I want to show you how the site progressed on, because after that month of where we took that dip, we then had another gain. Yeah, but what I focused on for the second part of the video, or the next part of the website in that sense going forward, was diversification. So what was interesting is because I was generating a little bit of income for the site, you know, prior with using Amazon affiliate solely, but I implemented a bit of Clickbank and so on and so forth, but wasn't really generating a lot of income from there. So where I diversified was with using ads. Now, I don't recommend you go and monetize your site with ads until you're at least around 10,000 visits a month. Reason being is, yes, it can have an impact on your user experience, but sometimes it's not worth your while of having your site slow down in its progression and its speed in regards to just trying to make money when you're trying to place ads on with, you know, Google AdSense or something like that, because it doesn't equate to quite a bit of money. But that does depend on what niche you're in, because I've seen someone who generates a lot of money, like per 1,000 views with Google AdSense. Okay, so it completely depends on what topic you're writing about and what niche you're in. All right, so just to give you an example, I've got up here my website here, so sorry, my earnings. So you can see my earnings, and when we look at this, you can see that November the site earned, let's have a look, $426. So the big month where it took that dip was obviously $286 in October, but then we've gone up to $426 in November. You can see there's 1,000 clicks and 180 ordered products. That's actually quite interesting for you to take a look at yourself, so you can kind of gauge exactly, you know, where you should be or what to expect based on orders equating to a certain amount. Now, that does depend on the percentage that you get on the commission scheme with the topic that you write about. Yeah, okay, so this is the dog niche, so this is 8% in the US, so it also depends on the country, so on and so forth. But if we look at the earnings, so we got 426.76 on Amazon for the month of November, so 426, and then that was what was that, 76? Okay, 76 plus. And what's interesting is I've now got these earnings, which are this is Ezoic ads. Okay, so this is what I signed up to when I, you know, moved over and whatever else and made those changes. So you can see that it was a loss to have a potential gain, you know, so that was well worth it in the end. So if we take a look, let's just have a look here. That is not clear information what I'm doing here, but let's say November 1st to the 30th. So you're going to see how much I made in that month. Now we're going to add that on to the other. So you can see it was 150.13. Okay, so I'm roughly earning about $15 per 1,000 views. Okay, it is 42676 plus 15013. Okay, so that's 576.89 plus whatever Clickbank made. So I don't even know what, you know, I made on Clickbank on that month. Let's just take a look. I'm taking you in live right now so you can see it. Let's just have a look. So we're going to just check and see. All right, so let's have a look. I'm not sure if it even made any commissions in the month of November. Let's have a look. We'll see if it made it on the dog site anyway. All right, so Brainy Dogs, 63.72. So plus 63.72. That's gross sales though. Yeah, 63 net sales amount. Okay, so that's about 2 sales on this thing. So 640.61, okay, which I believe is, yeah, see, so it's just around the same previous month of the Amazon. Okay, that was the month of November, sorry. Yeah, see, so that was only 286, that was the dip, but when it was in September, so it's equating to roughly about the same amount. What's interesting is because you can see that I'm making the same sort of money, but I'm diversifying, so I'm able to get it from different avenues, and because of that, it's a lot easier to scale the site, and it's a lot more attractive to a buyer when you're selling the site because it shows that the site is stable. You know, it's like the three-legged stool, isn't it? If you take away a leg, it'll fall over. Okay, so like you just want as many legs as possible when you're generating income, but you don't want to spread yourself too thin. Okay, so just keep it to, you know, maybe 3-4 income streams and make sure that they're steady and growing, you know, that you've got focus in that area. But what the kind of interesting part is about this is you can see that, you know, there's $640 in earnings, and we're getting 150 of that from Ezoic, we're getting $63 from Clickbank, and then we're getting the rest from Amazon Associates. So that's 3 different income streams in one website. And, you know, as the site grows, I'm able to now target informational keywords because I'm monetizing with these adverts on Ezoic. And what's interesting about Ezoic advertising is Ezoic actually allows you to, it's an algorithm, so it learns your website. So first of all, you might not see, you know, your earnings kind of high as you like at the beginning. I'm roughly getting, you know, as it says, about $15 per 1,000 views, but you might not see it really grow that much at the beginning, but it takes time to figure out because it consistently tests different positions and layouts and advertising based on your audience and engagement and so on and so forth. And it doesn't just do it for the benefit of making money, it also does it in order to help your user experience. Now you can optimize on Ezoic for your preference, whether it be money or user experience, but I always believe if you go with user experience, you know, if you take care of your users, they'll take care of you. So ultimately you could, you know, try and make it all for money, but that's not going to work out the best thing in the long term, and you always want to be long-term thinking in business. All right, so as you can see, you know, going forward, what the plan will be is to target more informational keywords. You might have heard something a bit different in the video clips that I've played in the, you know, throughout this video, but just looking at this data and this information at present on today, which is Saturday the 14th of November, I can clearly see I need to target more informational keywords. If I am targeting buyers keywords or whatever else, you know, then it's going to be focused around Amazon review products. You know, I might potentially look at another affiliate network to try and get involved and see if I can sell some dog related products there, test out some new stuff. And I've got some new content coming your way, and honestly, I'm not joking with you. There's a lot of people on the internet that are fake. Yeah, I'm not going to call out anyone. It's a complete change of video, Leon. No, but honestly, there is, yeah, and I'm giving genuine information, honestly, and I've got some good stuff coming your way. Like, there's a site that I've built, like I said, it was 6 pages long. It's generating over $200 a month. I think this month it might do $300 or something, and I just want to show you that site so you can go on that site and go see it for yourself, because there's a review that I wrote on there and I put my absolute all into it, and I just think it's the closest thing to perfection of what you should be targeting if you're doing reviews on like Clickbank products or any kind of third-party products that are not Amazon, because Amazon, the way you do a review on that is very straightforward. It's almost like a cookie cutter kind of review template. Now, you don't have to take that approach. I'm not taking that approach on a site that I'm building now, a new one, a motorbike site, but for my previous site I did, you know, and it works. Like, it just works for that niche in that particular area, and the way I've set that site up, it's working. Maybe it could work better if I didn't do that, who knows, but for the moment it's working, it's good. I'm not going to fix something that isn't broken, as they say, but yeah, it's just like really interesting, really good. And going forward, I'm just going to be testing what my goal is for this whole site is I want to get this site to about, you know, anywhere between $2,000 to $3,000 dollars per month and then sell it. You know, and the average multiple based on empire flippers is around 27 times whatever your monthly income is. So if we do the maths on that, just say for example the site, I get it to $3,000 a month, just say, because I think I can do that quite easily, you know, with my writers and whatever else. So times that by 27, you're looking about $81,000, you know. So that's my exit strategy. I do want to sell that site because I'll use it to then fund other ventures and, you know, a few other things that I've got in plan anyway. All right, so I hope you enjoyed this video. Honestly, I've been away for a while, I know I have, but I'm back and you know, I'm here to stay. So make sure if you're new to this channel you subscribe. Number two, if you're already subscribed, make sure you smash the like button, because I want to get this video out there. I want the YouTube algorithm to love this video. And if you have any questions about anything I've gone through in this video, as you know, all my OG subscribers, I get back to everyone. Whether you message me on Facebook, whether you know, leave a comment below, I'm going to get back and answer those questions. When I've got spare time, you know, I go through the phone and check the comments and whatever else. So make sure you do. And I'm honestly so thankful for all of you that are here. I can't even believe I'm like 600 and something subscribers. Like, it's mad. Like, literally, the channel's just growing. We're not like Logan Paul big, yeah, but we're big for Leon, you know. So it's big enough for me, and I honestly do appreciate everyone that's here. The only thing I can do to repay all of you is to just give you legit, genuine information, and that is the motto that we have here on this channel. All right, so I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.